Okay, so this is Vasya. He's here to present your lesson for modulus counters and digital electronics. Just kidding, not really. So there is no new lesson presentation for the modulus counters because the presentation on asynchronous counters covered how to control the modulus for it. But I did tweak the activity in PLTW. So for those of you that aren't in class on the day that we go over this, which will be Monday the 28th, at least in the current school year, I do want to go over exactly what it is that you should be doing in class and how I've changed it from the PTLW curriculum. So PLTW curriculum, yeah. So first priority in class is to finish your assigned asynchronous counter from last class. So you either have an asynchronous counter with D flip-flops or with JK flip-flops, and one of them counts up and one of them counts down. So you're either doing numbers 1 and 2 from activity 3.2.1 or problems 3 and 4 from 3.2.1 on asynchronous counters. If you were absent on Thursday, I assigned you one and I tagged you in Teams so that you know which one of those you are supposed to be doing. So that's your first priority. A lot of people turn that in before the end of class, so I know a lot of people are ready to move on into the next activity. So your second priority is to build the modulus counter as shown in 3.2.2. It says there that I'll post a schematic on the next slide because that's how it appears in the agenda slide for class. But as you can see, I put the schematic on this slide. So if you're watching this video, you can see it from just like on this side. You can pause the video. So verify that the circuit works as expected. So that gives you your counter. And it is modulated, so you'll be able to see when you build it that it is modulated, but you can copy the schematic as is to verify that. Now, after you do that, then you need to modify the circuit so that it counts from 1 to 4 instead. So I want you to change the modulus on it by changing the combinational logic. That is different from what it says to do in the PLTW curriculum. So you can't Google this online and find somebody else's circuit from this particular activity because I changed the modulus on you. Sorry, not sorry. So you're going to modulate this so that it counts from 1 to 4. So you need it to reset after it counts to 4, but you don't want it to reset to 0. You need it to reset to a 1 instead. So you will need to tinker with that. You can work together, but you each are going to need to submit your own circuits. Screencast this new circuit, and I want you to narrate it as you screencast it to explain specifically what you did to modify the circuit to change the modulus. So actually point to the different wires that you changed and why those changes create a different counter, a different asynchronous counter. So that's basically the assignment for Monday. To build this, make sure it works as given, and then modify it. And then the only submission you're going to make is the screencast of the modified circuit that counts from 1 to 4 instead. And make sure you narrate and explain it. And then next class, we'll go on to MSI counters, or medium scale integration counters. So this will be the last one we do with small scale integration. If you have any questions and you're watching this to do it from home or to keep up with what's going on in class from home, you guys know how to contact me.